All right, we're looking at the MX-5 Miata from Mazda, and before I get into my critique of this car, I want to say something up front. Absolutely, this car is the most fun you can have pound for pound, dollar for dollar. But this car is that much fun. I've been a huge fan of the MX-5 for years. I say to people all the time, don't judge the car until you drive it, because all of those naysayers, it's a chick car, this and that, until you drive one of these cars, you really need to hold it and find out for yourself. So what we have at play here is the MX-5 RF, and RF stands for retractable fastback. Now what they've done with this car is they've put a retractable roof on it, but they've also left along the back these sort of buttresses that are integrated into the roof, and it's cleverly designed. But for me, and here's the critique, I don't personally think it works on this car. I think the roof, because it's higher, it's 5 millimeters higher, and those buttresses that fly down the back over the trunk don't suit the car. I was thinking, what does it look like? I keep thinking to myself from the side profile, what does it look like? What does it look like? I've come to realize what it looks like. It looks like Lightning McQueen from the Cars movie. It's got this sort of interesting back to it that I don't think fits the proportions of the car. Now, the Miata, the MX-5, was sold with the previous two generations, I believe, with the retractable hardtop, and that was massively successful. Most people bought that car because it had the warmer, quieter interior in cold weather, and then you could have the drop top when you wanted it. This one, to me, is a little forced, and I think the reason for it is because they want to appeal to guys. They want this to be an alternative, say, to buying an FRS or a BRZ or BRZ from Subaru. This is an alternative. Lightweight, fun to drive, and a fixed roof. So that's the way it looks on the outside. For me, it doesn't work. You decide whether you like the design or not. Okay, we're gonna get inside and take it for a drive, and then I'll tell you what it costs. Now, Mazda claims that previous retractable hardtop owners liked the insulation and the sound deadening and the warmth that you have here in a car like this, but they left the roof up a lot of the time, which is kind of common sense because other than like California and Florida, places like that, the weather isn't great all the time. So they've kept that same functionality, but they've added in something that makes it kind of different, and that is the fact that you now have the glass in the rear and those buttresses on the outside that stay permanently. So it kind of becomes a Targa in a way. And that is nice because it gives you a little bit less wind and buffeting, but it also gives you that open air feel. Plus, you still have a pass-through here to get some airflow into the car. So it really is like owning a Targa. Now, I think one of the other reasons they've gone to this sort of sportier shape and hardtop is the fact that there's more competition out there now, like the BRZ from Subaru and the FRS from Toyota or the GT86. But I have to tell you, those two cars don't have a patch on this car when it comes to driving fun and dynamics. They're high revving engines. This 2-liter has 155 horsepower, but the torque and the tractability of the engine is absolutely perfect. And 155 horsepower doesn't sound like a lot, but when you combine it with this very small package and lightweight design, it is absolutely the most fun you're gonna have behind the wheel, unless you're spending tens of thousands of dollars more and getting, say, a Boxster S. That's how good this car is. All right. A couple of things also about the design of this car, a couple of little niggly things. First of all, the driver's seat is about 2 inches higher than the passenger seat. And for taller drivers, I just want to sit down a little bit lower in this car. I kind of know why they do it. They do it for shorter people, but for taller people, I wish the seat would go lower. That's frustrating. The other thing is this car has push button start, which means you don't need to take the key out of your pocket, but you still have to use your key in order to unlock the door, which kind of makes no sense. So you need it for one but not for the other. Like, go all the way and have a proximity sensor with automatic opening doors. That's kind of funny. Also, there's no release for the trunk on the outside of the car. You have to use the key again, or you have to release the button from the inside. That's another thing. These are small details, but they can be a little bit annoying. Now, these Recaro seats, they're good. I like the fact that they're available because they're heated, but the regular seats in the Miata are fantastic. So try both to see if you think that they're worth the extra price. Oh, I want to show you one thing. All right, we'll get to under 10 kilometers an hour because you can't do it unless the car's under 10 kilometers an hour. Now, some cars, Mercedes and what have you, will let you put the roof up. It won't let me. So 10 kilometers an hour is really slow. All right, so that's walking pace. All right, so why they let you do it at 10 and not at 20, I'm not sure, but that's you might as well be stopped, really. And they claim it's the fastest in the industry, which is for people who want to put the roof up or down at a stoplight. It is quick, but 10 kilometers an hour, that seems a bit silly. All right, here's one of the things about this RF. It's not inexpensive at all. It basically starts at $39,000. This car, the one you see here, has the sports package. You get the Brembo front brakes. You get the red calipers. You get the 17-inch BBS black wheels. You get the Recaro sports seats that have the leather Alcantara and they're heated. And then you add in $200 for the ceramic paint. That brings the price to $43,400 before tax, before freight. This is expensive, considering they're trying to appeal with this new design to Gen X and to Gen Y buyers. Some Gen X might be able to splurge out on a second or third car to get a sports car like this, but a lot of Gen Ys maybe not in that position just yet. The thing is, if you want to have a fun car, there are some options out there. You might be able to get an FRS, you might be able to get a BRZ, and this car in comparison is much more expensive. It has a very different drive though. It goes right to the top of the class when it comes to driving on dynamics. There was really no car, even for the price, that can touch this car brand new. In the used market, you have options. You might be able to get a used Boxster, for example, for around $45,000. Actually, you can, and that is a consideration for some. But this is a wonderful car to drive. I'm not sold on the styling. What do you think?